and welcome back to Mortals and Portals, a Pathfinder real play podcast. Yeah, we're
back,
all refreshed,
baby.
back from our break, and we didn't play for 6 weeks. Enjoyed the holidays.
I quit.
Yeah, it was nice, wasn't it?
Up.
Yeah, maybe we just don't do this. No, we're all eager to play. We're all super excited. Felt really weird not seeing you guys every week and just playing some Pathfinder. So we're ready to do that.
I was outside your window.
Oh, yeah, that's what that was. Okay, no wonder I couldn't sleep. Yeah. So I'm your host and GM, Zach, and joining me at the table is...
Adam, and I play Jules, an Azraketi Bard.
I'm Joel, and I play Dax, a Kobold Rogue.
I'm Ryan. I play Tough, an automaton inventor.
I'm Taryn, and I play Waltz, a human champion.
All right, guys, seriously, we talked about this. This is the fourth time we've done this. This is Dax's origin episode. So Adam, Ryan, and Taryn, you guys just lied. You know the drill. You're going to be playing an NPC. And I know that doesn't make sense, a player playing an NPC, because NPC is non-player character. But you know what? We're trying to create a paradox and rip a hole in the universe with this. So it hasn't happened yet, and we're going to keep trying. So yeah, only Joel told the truth. He's playing Dax. Joel, you've waited so long, my man.
I'm so excited.
It's finally time. We're kicking off the next arc after this break with Dax's origin.
What if we, this time for this go-around, for the origin story, what if we kill the origin character instead of the NPCs?
Oh, there you go.
I like that.
That's another paradox.
great
I love that, Taryn.
Yeah.
So a double paradox.
Might as well. Be rude not to.
Because if he's already dead, then how could he exist?
Be rude
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, make Joel wait forever, kill him within 15 seconds, end the session.
And then we just get to play.
Yeah. It's funny because I was telling Joel, I really enjoyed this break because he gave me extra prep time to work on your session, and then I just kill him in 15 seconds. Yeah, man. Cool. All right. So per the usual for these origin episodes, are you guys ready for my GM scene setting monologue?
Do it.
Let's
Monologue.
Among Keldora's 7 planets, none is more punishing than Dracus. Its proximity to the sun leaves the surface scorched and desolate, almost inhospitable. Survival on this unforgiving terrain is made possible only by a slow rotation, granting natives a perpetual migration in darkness, aided by a complex network of subterranean tunnels known as the Underlands. Though long before any dared to endure the planet's elements, in the time before time, the enigmatic magic of old created the dragons of Dracus. These majestic beings scoured the planet for its treasures, accumulating riches in territorial hordes. To satisfy their insatiable greed, dragons created kobolds in their likeness, tasked with delving into the earth, constructing lairs, and amassing wealth on behalf of their respective creator. This quest for riches spawned conflicts across the planet in a saga known as Drakthum, or the Doom of Dracus. The cataclysmic battles between dragons aided by their kobolds left Dracus scarred, claiming countless lives. Recognizing the planet's inability to sustain numerous apex predators, the surviving dragons harnessed their innate magic and departed for the stars, seeking new homes across Keldora. Only the dragon Theragun remained, nursing her wounds in solitude. Abandoned kobolds faced a choice: allegiance to Theragun, rejection of their draconic origins, or pursuit of their parent dragon across Keldora. Eventually, the time before led to the First Age, where Dracus witnessed the arrival of the Stone Fists, an exiled dwarven clan from Norvik. They uncovered abandoned kobold tunnels, converting them into dwarven mines, and eventually stumbled upon the slumbering Theragun. In an opportunistic ambush, the Stonefist clan, driven by ambition, slew Dracus's last dragon. They proudly declared themselves dragon slayers and established Drekheim, meaning dragon home in their native tongue, a city founded on this dubious achievement. The dwarves affected by the planet's core soon evolved into a new species known as the Durga, never setting foot on Dracus's surface again. Throughout the subsequent ages, Dracus became a ruthless haven for various ancestries, those loyal to the planet, rebels, adventurers, and fortune seekers. Despite their diverse motives, all who ventured to Dracus had to confront its challenges and conform to its violent nature. The stark reality of the planet birthed the phrase Oma Oth Droga, a sobering acknowledgement that means there is no good death on Dracus. And there, Joel, amidst the relentless grip of Dracus's cruelty, we find Dax, a kobold and direct descendant of the once proud Theragoon. Over a heat vent, Dax roasts a skewered bug, a humble act of survival on this unforgiving planet. As you contemplate the phrase Oma Oth Droga, your gaze falls upon the fractured skull of a dragon, a testament to the ceaseless struggle for existence that echoes through the centuries of Dracus. In the quiet moments, you reflect on Theragoon's fate and whether her stubborn resilience courses through your veins, destined to be both a strength and a bane that may lead to a similar demise. Your eyes rise to the familiar night sky, the only celestial expanse you've ever known. Following the constellations, your gaze rests on Desolus, the neighboring planet, and then drifts to Aquaria, sparking dreams of a life beyond Dracus's grasp. The notion of a peaceful existence, where fear is a stranger, the sun brings the joy of a new day, and each night brings the comfort of the same resting place, creeps into your imagination. A rare smile threatens to surface, hinting at the unfamiliar prospect of bliss. Yet, this fleeting moment is abruptly shattered by the approaching footsteps of Meeg, a fellow kobold returning from scouting the path ahead. The reality of Dracus demands action. What do you do, Joel?
Dax will kind of spin the stick in his hand a little bit as the bug goes round and round, and as he hears the footsteps, he'll jolt his head up and look at Meeg. Hey, Meeg, what'd you see?
Nothing good, Dax.
Oh?
He shakes his head. Is that thing cooked yet?
Dax will reach out, give it a little squeeze, pull it off the stick. Yeah, it should be all right, and then I'll toss it to Meeg.
He catches it, rips a bite out of it, takes a seat next to you. Well, we got an acid storm over Curie. Don't have the rations to survive on Rethel, and nothing to trade for a ferry over Neuropus. Not enough night to double back to Kavir, and can't cross Hathasar without a mount.
That's not good.
Yeah. He stares into the fire and looks at you, and you realize what that means? Looks like we gotta go into the Underlands, Dax.
God, I hate when you say stuff like that, Meeg. You know, you get me into more trouble than you get me out of.
That's because trouble's easier to find around here, Dax.
Nice.
Ain't that the truth?
Takes another bite of his bug, looks into the flames.
It may be a risk, Meeg, but so is staying here. I'm with you.
Only problem, Dax, is I don't know where the nearest entrance is. We don't have time to find one. Don't suppose you got anything up your sleeve.
As a matter of fact, a few rotations back, I heard of a way we could maybe pass through Drekheim to get into the Underlands that way.
He stops chewing, freezing.
Look. I get it. Nobody wants to go to
Drekheim.
Drekheim. I certainly don't, but that's the only option I know of, and unless you got something better.
I don't know, Dax. Drekheim, I'd rather take my chances with the Voshek.
Don't lie to me, Meeg. You went running last time we ran into Vosheks.
That's the only smart thing to do, Dax. Otherwise we'd end up like this one here, and he points to a fractured dragon skull in the boneyard you're camping in.
Look, Meeg, I think I'm gonna have to risk it for this one. You in or you out?
Sheesh. Well, you gotta promise me one thing. If the Durga catch us, you put a dagger in my skull. I'm not letting them torture me to death.
Likewise.
Not sure how that'll work, but deal. He sticks his hand out.
Dax will shake his hand and pick up your tent. I think we'll need that. Let's get backed up and let's head out.
You got it. He picks up, starts putting his gear away. Something you're all very efficient at. Lead the way.
And Dax will head off to that vent he had heard rumors about, not really that sure where it even is. He kind of knows the general area, but he'll just kind of head off that way.
So you walk across the many heat vents towards the base of Eveth, a massive volcano that rests in the center of Dracus. You know Drekheim exists beneath it, and you follow the vague hints of the stories you've heard of this vent, and believe you have found it. As the hot air rushes out of it, and you look down, You see the faint glow of lava deep beneath the surface.
I feel that, Meeg.
Meeg kind of squints his eyes and looks into the heat. Dax, all I see is lava. What's the plan here?
With this airflow here, you pull out that tent, we can use it like some sort of glider.
Oh man, Oma Ostdroga.
Omo Droga, you're right.
At least frying to death will be quick. So how do you do this thing?
Dax will pull out his tent and fasten one corner to one wrist and the other corner to the other wrist, and then putting the last two corners together, he'll tie those to his back belt loop. Meeg, you just gotta do it like this, and once you jump down there, just spread your arms as far as they'll go, and it should work.
I'm just now realizing you've never done this before. And he looks over his shoulder, and you can see the faint glow on the horizon hinting that the sun will soon engulf the surface. But hey, fry up here, fry down there. Lead the way.
That's my boy. And Dax will turn around, look Meeg dead in the eyes, and say, "Follow me," and just fall backwards, just legs locked.
Dax, as you fall into the heat vent, you feel the warm air rushing past you, and as you turn around, the hot air fills this makeshift glider you've created as you begin to sail over a bright lava river, light bouncing off the dark stone walls as you see this massive expanse before you. Can't quite see this supposed crack at the end of this river that you're supposed to sail through, but you hope that it's there as you feel yourself slowly descending at times before a hot gust of air lifts you back up. Not quite sure how long this will last.
See, Meeg, I told you it'd work.
I suppose so. And you just look back and he's nervously sailing on the gust. He looks very uncomfortable. He's keeping his eyes locked on you, letting you lead the way. Because if he ever lost sight of you, he would be completely screwed down here.
Absolutely.
Can you roll me an acrobatics check?
Shouldn't he roll perception first?
Yeah, perception check.
Just for good measure.
Every session.
24.
Nice. Dax, you quickly get a feel for how you want to do this, and you can almost see where the heat gusts will come from as the bubbling lava sends bursts upwards, and you begin to zigzag across the river, riding the air gracefully. Meeg not doing quite as well, but seeing where you've gone before him, trying to follow you as well. And it's almost kind of fun and a pretty intense experience for you. And as you make your way down the lava river, can you roll me a perception check?
All right.
There it is.
Uh-oh. That's not so good.
What is it?
14.
Dax, you notice that the lava river appears to end on the horizon, indicating that it has made its way into a lava fall, and you're soon running out of space here. And you have heard there is this crack up ahead that leads into the underlands, and look upwards and can see the faint traces of what looks like a crack. It seems to be growing as you get closer, and you furrow your brow, eager to make it the rest of the way. But then something else catches your eye as you see a Durga, this mutated, pale-skinned dwarf with glowing red eyes covered in soot atop what looks like simply a block of metal that is ferrying across the lava river, but it's giving off some sort of magical glow, almost as if it's resistant to this lava. This Durga does not appear to be a soldier per se, or as if it was expecting to see you, merely navigating the lava rivers near Drekheim, but it turns its gaze towards you, furrowing its white, bushy eyebrows. Can you roll me a acrobatics check for initiative?
Is it the Silver Surfer?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this a Marvel crossover?
That is a 24 again.
All right, Dax, you get to act first. You don't have too far to go. What do you do?
First, I'm going to turn my head back and call out to Meeg. Meeg, look out below. And the crack, is it how far below me is it?
seems to be dead ahead, like you don't want to lose too much
I don't want to lose altitude.
altitude.
Okay. Then I don't know that I want to do anything. I think I'm just going to keep going forward. I don't want to have to move my hands to lose any altitude.
All right, can you roll me an acrobatics check?
27.
Dax, you know this is a dire situation. If the Sturga does anything to hinder you in any way, you may just fall into the lava and have no chance. So you simply catch the next hot gust of air, burst your way towards the crack into the underlands up ahead, and as you fly forward, you see this Durga observe you, and his gaze shift to Meeg behind you, who is navigating this much more clumsier than you are, looks a little shaken. A creepy smile begins to crack on this Durga's face, and he turns his hand upwards as you see the lava start to bubble, and he thrusts his hand forward as a lava burst shoots towards me and sears through his glider as he begins to drift downwards with a hole punctured through it. Dax! And that'll take us back to you, Dax. What do you do?
Dax is going to take a second to observe these air currents and time them and try to turn around and intercept Meeg by doing so, by taking advantage of these bursts of air.
All right, can you roll me an acrobatics check?
19.
Dax, you assess the air currents. You veer back around, catching a burst, start to sail backwards towards Meeg as he begins to unfurl his glider, losing altitude. You soar downwards. Can you roll me another acrobatics check?
Ooh, that is a 29. Whoa!
Sick.
Dang.
Wait, did you say it's tied to all your limbs?
My arms and then my rear belt loop for the other two, so my legs are free.
Okay.
Ooh, he's gonna have to hold on.
Dax, you sail downwards, sticking out one of your legs, your only free limbs, towards Meeg.
Meeg, grab on!
And as he completely loses the grip of his glider and begins to fall, he reaches his hand out and grabs on to your foot.
Oh.
And that'll take us to the Durga, who is going to fire another lava burst at you.
Rude.
He shoots it outwards as you bank back around towards the crack, and it narrowly misses you as you sail further down the river.
What's this guy's deal?
And can you roll me one more acrobatics check to see if you can make it the rest of the way?
22.
Dax, you're flying down the river, wobbling ever so slightly as Meeg throws you off balance, hanging on for dear life. And you catch one final burst as you approach the lava fall that sails you over the gap towards the crack as you twist slightly, sliding through the narrow opening and emerge out the other side, hitting the ground and sliding into the dark tunnel. Meeg rolls through the ground, hits a nearby rock, and he slowly climbs to his feet.
Oh, Meeg, we made it!
Yeah, we did. He dusts his pants off and looks up at you, almost confused. Why'd you do that?
Dax will excitedly run up, put a hand on his shoulder. Oh my god, that was amazing! That was so much fun!
Yeah, Dax, I mean, why'd you risk your life for me?
What do you mean? I wasn't just gonna let you die. You would have done the same for me, I'm sure.
He's just staring at you, like, very confused, and you can truly see in his eyes that, like, he wouldn't have, and he doesn't understand why you would do that. And as you feel this excitement, feeling like you just experienced something with a friend, made it through a trial with a companion, you realize that that is not really something that exists on Dracus, and it sort of sets in just how different you are than everyone here. And he sort of lightly pushes you off as you were kind of trying to embrace him. And you could tell he's almost embarrassed that he couldn't take care of himself and just starts to check over his gear, and you feel like it was a very thankless thing that you did.
Come on, man. You don't gotta beat yourself up. we made it through. That's all that matters. Now we can keep moving on, and everything's fine.
Yeah, you know how to get out of here?
I mean, I've heard how to get out of here, but I can't say that I know for sure. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah, sure. And he just starts walking down the tunnel, and you guys don't really talk too much for a while. As you're making your way down these dark tunnels, you begin to think about the kobolds in the time before that crafted these intricate network of tunnels for their dragons, almost admiring the handiwork of your ancestors. The tunnels are occasionally illuminated by bioluminescent plants, giving off various color glows. You are ever perceptive during this time, extremely diligent. You know that the Underlands are home to many menacing creatures, and at any point you could stumble upon something that could devour you whole, ruthlessly kill you. You know, nothing too different from the surface itself, though you don't have to worry about the sun at least. And after some time, can you roll me a perception check?
Like, you want me to wait a while before rolling it,
Yeah.
or?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just sit here for a while before you roll it, actually.
After some time, you can do it.
Sometime later.
Just whenever you got a sec.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, what am I rolling? I was so distracted by my hilarious joke.
Perception check. It was pretty funny. Reminds me a lot of Ryan, like where he thinks it's funny.
Sure.
Thanks.
Thanks.
A dirty 20.
Nice. Dax, so obviously it's very quiet. Meeg hasn't said much other than the occasional mumble as you approach a fork in the tunnels and decide which way you want to go. And you start to hear the echoes of what sounds like some sort of battle up ahead, some sort of struggle. You hear swords clanking, yelling, the ferocious roars of some kind of creature up ahead.
Hey, Meeg, hear that?
Meeg listens very quietly. Yeah,
Let's keep a low profile.
got it. Can you roll me a stealth check?
That is a 21.
Dax, the two of you creep down this tunnel and eventually notice a gap in the wall to your right, almost like a window, and you peer over it and see beneath you in some sort of cavern a massive bug with almost like a gigantic centipede mixed with a praying
even
mantis of
worse.
sorts, spikes sticking out of its massive mandibles with acid dripping from its mouth, ferociously
I hate mouths.
battling our NPCs.
Yeah!
I hate peas.
Let's start with Ryan. Who is your
Crap.
NPC?
My NPC's name is Jib. He's a Gripply. Zach knows Jib well.
Okay, yeah, you can't just say that without explaining it. Whenever I call Ryan, he pretends like there's another person there named Jib that he talks to, like off to the side. It's just a weird running joke I ever heard.
That's amazing.
He always pretends like there's someone named Jib who's tickling him while he's trying to talk to me, and he tells them to stop. All right, so your character is Jib, out of respect to your imaginary friend.
Jib is a Gripply, which is like a very small frog-like person. And just by looking at Jib, you assume there's something wrong with him. Gripply are already pretty small, but he's like extra small. He almost looks like just a frog head with like legs and arms. And he's like always blinking one eye at a time, and they're like always out of sync, and he always looks like he's just like staring off into space and has no idea what's going on. And then like anytime you hear him talk, you're just like, dude, are you like okay? But he is. That's just Jib.
It's just Jib. Does this Jib tickle people?
I think he has to now.
Yeah, he has to now. Otherwise, we wasted like 10 minutes of
For
episode
sure.
time.
Yeah, no context.
All right. What is Jib battling this bug with, and like, what does he say into it?
Right now, Jib is just standing there, arms at his side, staring off into space, blinking one eye at a time.
All right, perfect. And that'll take us to Taryn.
I should also say he doesn't do well, like, doing anything unless somebody tells him what to do.
All right, noted. And that'll take us to Taryn. Taryn, who is your NPC?
Okay, I can be an orc, right?
Sure, man. Yeah, this is actually how this goes. I don't know who they made.
All right, so I'm an orc named Maximilian, and my orc's like he's a pretty big dude, like I don't know, we'll call it like 6'2".
Okay.
Like a little bit of a dad bod, but like he still lifts heavy things, like heavy rocks or something.
He's got that dad string.
Yeah, and then he's got like like boxer eyes for like the dog like a boxer dog.
Oh yeah.
Like
Droopy.
those eyes. He's kind of got like those eyes,
Aw, cute.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, what's he fighting this bug with, and what is he saying to it?
He's fighting the bug with a club, and he's saying, "I hate bugs."
Perfect.
Awesome.
And that'll take us to Adam. Adam, who is your NPC?
I am Tuck. I am human of stocky nature. I've got short brown hair with a bald spot on top and a little goatee. And I've also got like unusually short arms and feet for like my height.
Okay.
And then I'm wearing a long duster coat. Obviously sleeves are kind of rolled up so that I don't have just these baggy sleeves.
Because no one makes clothes your size, your dimensions.
Right. Yeah, it's just so tough and Dracus, it's like not big and tall. It's like, I don't know.
It's like
Insert funny joke here.
short arms and short legs.
We'll write it in.
Yeah.
later.
Normal torso.
Yeah. Put it in post.
Yeah. Insert joke at
Yeah.
post.
Did you mean short legs?
Like arms are short, feet look a little small.
Oh, okay.
But legs
okay.
are
But he's
normal.
like
So-
he's
alright.
like pretty tall.
Okay.
Sure, I got you.
Cool.
Tips
So,
over
yeah,
easy.
so specific.
That really is very specific. I hope the feet come up somehow.
Yeah.
I know it's not going to come up, so I'm going to make sure I explain it when Zach gives me a chance. Because everyone needs to know that he's got short feet.
He's just got like weird dimensions.
Yeah, he's got like 6.5s for shoes.
And he's fighting this centipede thing with a sword, a short sword.
Okay. Of course it's short, like his feet.
Yeah, and he's saying,
Hey, what's with the extra legs, huh? Time for you to crawl back to wherever you came from. Forget about it.
It's got extra legs because it's a bug. And I hit it again.
The bug.
Good hit.
I don't
Good
think I
hit,
want to
pal.
save these people anymore. I think I want to keep going.
As you guys battle this giant bug, it hisses back as acid drips from its fangs, and your leader, another kobold named Torg, says,
Jim, quit staring into space. We need you. Hey, Maximilian, swing the club harder. That's the whole reason I put you in the party. And you, Tuck, your feet are bothering me, seriously. Like, get bigger shoes. I don't care that your feet are small, but get bigger shoes so you look normal.
Then I'll be tripping all over myself. What do you want me to do, Torg?
Look, if we don't kill this bug, we're never gonna make it to Drogadone. Come on, everybody!
and he raises his sword above his head, and as he does that, the bug just fires out a molten acid that completely incinerates his body.
Holy pumpernickel!
Oh, not another one.
There's absolutely nothing left of him except some bones with some bubbling acid around it.
That happened to my last later too.
Jib looks like he's just slowly brought back into reality, and he goes,
Okay.
he slowly pulls a rifle out of his throat.
Chip, that's disgusting.
Boss is dead, guys.
Yeah, welcome to the fight.
Your voices are going to be awful for people listening with headphones, but I love it. They're like, ugh.
What should I shoot?
All right, Dax, you've just observed this.
maybe we should turn around. Let's see if we can go
This
around him.
fever dream in front of me.
Man, we have really gone off the
I'm so
freaking
sorry,
rails
Joel.
with our Origins characters.
You're like, what is the new limit we can push this to?
Yeah,
All right,
just
Here's
more
the
and
deal:
more
we have to
unhinged.
make them where the audience wants us to die. You know?
Yeah, we're too likable right now.
All right, Dax, what do you do?
God, dude.
You're like, I was prepared to like try and save them, but then I learned who they are, and I'm no
I want
longer
no part of
interested.
saving them now.
We need help. Someone help us.
There's literally three of you, like your friends, and you just start yelling for help.
I grab Jib and I throw him at the mantis.
Get him, Jib!
Use your gun, Jib. Shoot it.
Meeg, we gotta save these guys.
Oh, you're
They're getting
kidding me,
overrun.
Dex? This is the perfect opportunity to sneak by. You want to deal with that thing? I mean, what are those guys? That one's got like short feet. I'm not touching that.
The more people we can save, the better our chances are of surviving this.
Listen, Dex, I don't know what's gotten into you, but if you want to save him, go right ahead. And he sits down.
Dax's shoulders will kind of slump, and he'll look at Meeg for a few seconds. I thought there was more to you than this. And Dax will turn his head and start running towards the bug. And while he's doing that, I guess look around, kind of assess the situation, assess the environment. Are there ledges? Are there any kind of like heat vents or anything? Kind of just observe what's going on in that room.
All right, roll me a perception check.
18.
Dax, from your higher vantage point overlooking this battle, you step on the ledge of this makeshift window you're able to look down on them from, and you see that this bug is obviously massive. You see them landing a few hits. Jib, as he pulls his rifle out of his mouth, shoots it, hits one of its legs. You see
Shot, Jib!
You see Maximilian whacking it with its club, and Tug just self-conscious about his feet and swinging his
Don't
sword.
look at him! Look at the bug!
And you see that they're not really making any progress, and this bug will likely overtake them. And you know that you're not really in a position to turn the tides of this battle, at least by any conventional means. And you look around and see many stalactites hanging from the ceiling overhead, and you notice one that looks a little bit weaker than the rest, as if it's taken some blows in the past, not hanging on by much material. What do you do?
Dax will look down at his pack and just kind of feel around, hoping something he has sparks an idea. Look at, his health potions, some of the food on his pack. His eyes will catch the grappling hook hanging on his belt loop. Here we go. And he'll take it off, start swirling it overhead, and throw it at the stalactite, hoping it latches.
All right, roll me an acrobatics check.
19.
Dex, you begin to twirl this grappling hook, staring at the stalactite in front of you, knowing that you need to precisely catch the lip of the indent on the stalactite. And as you focus on it and release it, it glides through the air overhead and narrowly catches the lip on this stalactite. You give it a slight tug and feel it is implanted.
Dax will turn his head one last time, look at Meeg, and observe what he's doing.
Meeg just looks at you and says, with a shrug, Omath Droga, which of course means there's no good death on Drakis.
Normally when Meeg says that, it's sort of a playful banter before they do something risky, but for some reason, this time hits a little different for Dax. Almost feels like Meeg has decided where he stands or cemented where he and Dax stand in their friendship, or I guess whatever you can call it at this point. And so instead of chuckling like he maybe used to, he's just gonna turn his head slowly and leap off this cliff, hanging onto the grappling hook, trying to swing across.
Right. Roll me an athletics check. And hitting it with the athletics, acrobatics, perception.
Ooh, nat 20, dog!
Oh, sick.
I hope I didn't just wake up my daughter. Whoops.
She's like, good job, Dad. First words.
You did it,
Yeah.
Father!
Nat 20.
Omath Droga!
Dax, you swing through the air, feeling the rushing wind over you, timing it perfectly as you look down, seeing this colossal bug fighting with this band of whatever they are.
Hey, that's our name, band of whatever.
And as you swing past the stalactite, your momentum rips it from the ceiling as it falls downwards, causing you to spin through the air. You do several backflips and land on the ground. Tug, Jib, and Maximus, you see this kobold land perfectly
close.
before you. Maximilian, in between you and this giant bug, and the bug rears up as if it's about to devour Dax, and just then the stalactite falls from the ceiling and pierces it through its back. Bug guts go flying everywhere.
Holy pumpernickel.
Help, help.
Chip, did you do that?
What?
That was a good
Weren't
shot,
you watching?
Jib.
It was this kobold. Just came out of nowhere.
What?
Are you guys safe?
Tuck will
You
look around.
saved us.
I think so. Maxie, are you okay, bud?
Yeah.
Jib? We know Jib's fine.
Jib's still
Yeah.
rolling on the ground.
Help. Help
He's all right. Just ignore him. He's fine.
Dax will look to the pile of acid where their previous leader once stood and say, sorry for your loss, guys.
That's how my last leader died too.
Always at bug acid.
It's fine. I barely knew the guy.
Where are you guys headed?
Oh, we're on our way to Drogadoon for a job.
You guys are going to Drogadoon?
Of course. Why, you don't think we could make it to Drogadoon?
Help me.
No, I don't know that many people who go there on purpose. That's all. What are you guys planning to offer when you get there?
Well, we were gonna give him a good piece of this bug here, but pretty much destroyed there. I don't know. Maybe we'll give him Jib. Jib, what do you think, buddy?
Help me, guys, help.
I'll go over and I'll pull Jib out from. Although it's kind of awkward because of my short arms and my tiny feet for bending over. It's very clunky, and you can tell I'm like kind of top heavy.
Dax, you hear Meeg climbing down the cave wall. He walks up to you and hands you your pack, which is actually a slightly kind gesture on
Right.
Dracus. Most people just steal your stuff if you aren't watching it for a second. And he goes, not bad. Pretty, crafty of you.
Thanks, Meek. Appreciate it.
The heck are you? Looks at Jib.
Are you bug?
And I point my rifle at him.
I look like...
No, Jib.
No, I look like this guy. Why didn't you say that when he walked up? We're like literally the same.
2 bugs.
You look more like a bug than we do. Did you pull that rifle out of your mouth?
What is, I don't even know how to react
I'm-
to this.
I'm gonna stop.
Do we know what's up with Jib? Have we figured that out? Do I need to roll a perception check, or can I? Because I really want to know.
I'm assuming this is like the baseline.
Is this baseline Jib? Because I'm confused.
He's like, look, I'm going to stop addressing you directly so you talk as little as possible.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. He's definitely not the taco of the group.
Jump the side out there, it's good for you.
Right, no, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
Jib,
Seriously. Just have a seat.
Okay.
So, Drogadoon, huh?
Drogadoon.
For a job.
Mm-hmm.
You three are getting a job in Drogadoon.
I'll look to Dax.
Is this guy hard of hearing? Do I
Yeah, I heard you. It's an echoey cave, and you both talk very loud.
just
and
feeling a little offended? You don't think we can handle it?
Meeg looks at you, knowing that you don't really know what Drogadoon is, and he says, Drogadoon is the only true underground city on Drakis, save for Drekheim, and it's occupied by the spirit of Droga. The only way to get in is to offer something, and it's the headquarters of the Drozat. Do you know what the Drozat is?
Of course, but I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
Classic.
Listen, if by some miracle you guys make it into Drogadoon, I can tell you're gonna get yourselves killed by the Drozat. Why don't you tell us a little bit about this job? Maybe we can help you out.
Hey, there's an idea, Meek.
I don't know. Maxie, what do you think?
Yeah, just tell him.
All right.
You tell us and I'll help you. I did just save your life.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, all we really know is that our leader Torg here said that we gotta find Zig when we get down there.
Dax, you know Zig. You've traveled with him a time or two, but the last time you saw him, he set you off to scout ahead, stole your pack, and you haven't seen him since.
Zig? Zig's a little rat.
Like he's a rat person, or
I don't really care what race he is.
I mean, I'm not judging. I'm just asking for clarification.
No, we just, things didn't end on the best of terms.
Yeah, well, it's Dracus. That's how it goes.
It's true.
Ain't that right, Torg?
Dax, Meeg sort of nudges you, kind of indicating he wants to have a conversation off to the side.
If you need me, I'll just be leaning up against the rock over here.
And then I don't move right away, and I'm kind of looking around.
Yeah, give us a second, guys.
I'll be leaning on the rock over here.
And then I'll go lean on the rock.
Okay.
Maxie will just look to Jib.
Jib will just be sitting there as instructed.
Dax, Meeg looks to you and says,
Look, Dax, if these guys are going to Drogadoon for a job, it must be a pretty good job. And whatever it is, there's no way they're going to land it without whoever that guy was.
gestures over to the pool of acid.
Right.
What do you say we take these guys under our wing? You know, see what this job's all about.
I'd say that's not a bad idea. They clearly need direction and might give us an opportunity to put some gold in our pockets.
I like the sound of that. You ever been to Drogadoon?
I haven't, have you?
Once.
How'd that go?
I mean, it's got its perks, but it's a little unsettling. Seeing as you saved them, why don't you take leadership over these goons? Let's make our way there.
Sure. Let's do it. And Dax will turn to the misfit party. Hey guys, what do you say we make our way to Drogadoon?
Are you taking us there?
Yeah, why don't we all band together? Probably make it further as a team than we would separately, wouldn't we?
Makes sense to me. What do you boys think? Maxie? Jib?
Jib will look up and say,
I don't know how to get there.
Oh yeah, I don't know how to get there either.
Shut up.
and he keeps tickling Maxie.
Yeah, you like that, Maxie?
All right, that's enough, you two.
Okay.
Stop it, Jib.
But Jib does as instructed.
Sorry about these guys.
He's always tickling, man.
I have never met a group like you. This is quite something.
Pretty impressive, huh?
As we get ready to head to Drogadoon, I'll look over the bug carcass and search for the acid gland, see if that is readily available. Knowing that we have to give some sort of offering, I know that these acid glands are pretty sought after for both potions and poisons alike. I'll see if I can find one and bring it along.
Yeah, as the bug is just completely shattered on the ground, you quickly find the acid gland and pick it up and put it in your pouch.
Meeg, I imagine this should work for the offering. What do you think?
Yeah, it should be enough to get us all in for the time. Good
All right.
thinking.
So the newly formed makeshift party makes its way through the Underlands towards Drogadoon. Dax, you and Meeg, knowing these tunnels well, quickly picking up on the fact that these three do not. You expertly lead them towards Drogadoon, stealthily, evading the occasional monstrosities that lurk in the depths of Dracus, and eventually approach Drogadoon. Dax, although you've never been to Drogadoon, it's a pretty infamous location on Dracus, and you have heard some of the legends that surround it. And as legend goes, long ago in the time before time, there was some sort of powerful entity named Droga that came to Dracus and attempted to enslave the dragons, and they uncharacteristically aligned to defeat Droga and trapped his essence in Dracus's core. But long after the dragons had died or left Dracus, when the dwarves showed up, they dug too deep and unearthed his prison and released him. And no one really knows what happened in that moment exactly, but Droga appears to be bound to the planet in some way. He's in some limited state but mysteriously powerful, and began to dwell in Drogadoon and guards this city in very vague and mysterious ways. And you also know that Drogadoon is home to the Drozat, a mysterious organization of assassins that must be aligned with Droga in some way, as they occupy his city and are allowed to dwell in there. And you know the Drozat are very, very lethal, very mysterious. It's almost impossible to detect who is Drozat, who is not, by anyone who is not a member of the organization. Although they headquarter in Dracus, they operate throughout Keldora. Their presence is felt in Drogadoon, but they are never truly seen. You never know who you're talking to that is in the Drozat, knows anything about them. And you know, to gain entrance to Drogadoon, you must offer something to Droga. And if Droga accepts it, some sort of gift will be given in return, some sort of magical paint from which you're supposed to mark your face. That'll allow you to gain entrance to the city, and the marking will remain for a duration relative to the offering's value. And if you are caught in Drogadoon without this marking as it begins to fade, you will be killed. So, knowing that Droga was an enemy of the dragons and knowing just how dangerous this city is, you've avoided it. But many travelers like to come here, as it is some sort of refuge. You're allowed to trade here, enjoy some sorts of entertainment, seek some sort of stationary refuge. So it is quite popular in the underground. And as you approach the city of Drogadoon, you find this massive underground cavern of exceptional scale. It almost feels like its own domain, almost like it's in the surface, as the ceiling almost fades into darkness. And you see this massive city, its walls carved out of stone, an ominous glow coming from within the walls, but no one building is taller than the walls itself. And you see the ceiling overhead with fractures of sun shard ore glowing from the ceiling, almost like stars in a night sky that illuminate the city. You've heard that when it is daytime on Dracus, they shine brighter as the sun shards are charged by the sun, and at night they're a little bit dimmer as some of that magic begins to fade. And as you approach the city, you see that it is on its own pedestal, surrounded by a massive cavern, canyons on all sides, and these stone bridges connect it in all four directions, these long, narrow bridges that you must cross, the faint glow of lava resonating from their depths.
It's beautiful, isn't it? In a kind of intimidating and terrifying way.
Holy pumpernickel.
Wow.
Whoa.
All right, Maxie, that's enough, man.
Oh,
That's fine.
sorry.
That's all right.
Oh,
He gets overexcited sometimes. I just thought you just gotta let him know.
Dax
It's
is going to
enough,
start
you know?
walking down the bridge.
And as you walk down this bridge, you can feel the cool gusts of air from this massive cavern. It's a little unsettling as there's no railings on the side, and they're somewhat narrow. Perhaps two people could fit at shoulder width in various parts as it's unevenly carved. Meeg looks back to the three of you and says, "Listen, I don't know how much you know about the Drozat, but they're not to be messed with. They could kill all three of you without any of us even seeing them, okay? You're allowed to do what you want in Drogadoon, to an extent. You do anything that upsets the Drozat, you'll be dead before you know it, alright? So, be on your best behavior, whatever that is."
I think we can handle ourselves.
Okay.
Chip, are you choking again?
Dax, you see, like, Meeg, and you recognize the look in his eyes. He's genuinely considering just kicking Jib off the bridge.
Dax will smirk at Meeg and just kind of shake his head. Let the Drozat do it, Meeg.
Oh, man. So after you cross this long, narrow bridge, you arrive at solid stone walls, somewhat unevenly carved into the earth. But again, all you see is a faint glow coming from inside. And although you've walked directly down the bridge, there doesn't appear to be any obvious opening. No gate awaits you. All that is before you is a simple, round stone table. You got that acid gland, Dax?
Right here. And Dax will take it out of the pouch and set it on that table.
Oh boy, dinner.
Meeg just holds you back.
Jib.
That would be pretty funny, though. It'd definitely kill him. So the five of you stare at this acid gland resting on the table and wait patiently.
I'll ask him. Dax, was it?
Yeah.
It's, I know I'm asking him. Is something supposed to happen?
You're asking the wrong guy, man. I've never been here before.
Oh, that's right. You said that.
What about that other guy?
Meg?
The other one. It looks just like him.
Meg.
Yeah.
Meeg is completely
Meeg, right?
ignoring you, just staring at the
Hey,
table.
Meg.
Guys, just be patient.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Shh. Maxie, shh.
And you soon.
Sorry.
No, I said shh.
Sorry.
Hey,
Shut up.
I'm not talking to you, Matt. Shh.
That was a little bit of Meeg and a little bit of Zach saying shut up. It's so bad. Through Meeg, shut up. And you soon feel a chilling and unsettling breeze whirling around you. And you can't quite explain it, but you feel an ominous presence looming over you, as if it's inspecting you, judging you. You get goosebumps, a chill runs up your spine. You can't quite explain it, but this presence feels angry, powerful, violent in a way. And then it suppresses to some extent and starts to move towards this table. And
Dax will just turn and look at Meeg and just straight in the eyes, like, dude, what's going on here?
pretty sure that's Droga. And you look towards the table, and the acid gland you set there fades like dust drifting away in the wind. And in its place is a bowl with a subtle blue glow coming from it, and you feel the presence has left. Meeg lets out an exhale, walks up to the table, looks at this bowl of glowing, translucent liquid, sticks his fingers in, and marks the center of his face down his snout, and looks at the rest of you and gestures to the bowl.
This is the mark they talked about, huh? As Dax dips his finger and does the same.
Yeah, look, you guys, you might want to put this on. You'll be killed without it.
All right.
Walk up and put some on, but he'll turn away from everyone and he'll clearly put it on his forehead, but then he'll fidget a little bit with his coat, and then,
All right. I think I got it. I think we're good.
Huh?
What are you doing?
There's definitely
Maxie?
something going on here.
Maxie, do you need help with your sign thing?
I think I just realized
yeah.
what Adam's trying to do.
Yeah, can you,
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Come
Thank
here.
goodness this isn't our first
Come
session.
here.
People be like, these guys are idiots.
You gotta stand still, okay?
Okay.
All right, here you go. There.
Oh, thanks.
And a boop for your nose. Boop.
Yeah.
Jib's eyes are both crossed outwards as he walks towards the table to grab the gook or whatever it is. And he tastes a little bit of it and plops it on his forehead.
If you guys see this stuff start to fade, you gotta get out of here.
The mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
How will we know?
If it
it's on
disappears
my
while we're in here,
forehead?
you're dead.
I forgot how we got here.
Perfect. I love that.
How
Did
will
you
we
steal
know
the
it's
bowl
on
of
my
liquid?
forehead? I can't see it.
You can look at
I'll
your
let you know.
friends' foreheads, dude.
Yeah, I'll let you know, Jib.
Okay, Maxie, I'll tell you if yours is gone.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
Jib, I almost understood you, but still not quite. Can you
All right,
say
Meeg,
that
let's go.
again?
Yeah, let's go.
And Dax will start walking in, I guess.
As the five of you approach this stone wall, Meeg leading the way, walking directly towards this solid wall, as if he knows what's about to happen. As you approach, the stone before you becomes translucent until it fades entirely, leaving a clear carving into the city. And Meeg confidently walks through.
Here we go, guys. And Dax will follow.
I'm too following.
Yeah, come.
Right behind you, Tuck.
And that is where we'll end our session. Yeah, that's right.
That's it, folks.
Joel, you've waited so long. There's no way you're getting a 1-part origin. You might even get a 3-part origin the way things are going because Jib
Thanks a
and
lot, Jib.
Tug or Tuck or
Jib
whatever-
might
you
not
guys-
make it to part 2.
Yeah, you guys took up way more time than I thought with your slow
Ryan.
talking and gurgling and whatever
Tuck
that was.
is a delight.
So
I
yeah,
don't
whoa,
know what
whoa,
you're
wait,
talking
hold on, whoa, guys, whoa, hold on a second. I know it's been a
What,
long
Zach?
break. I know it's been a
Yep.
long break, but it seems like you guys have forgotten, and it's just like really starting to like piss me off.
Uh-oh.
Like you guys need to shut up because we'll talk about that in the downtime, which is for
dare
patrons, where we react to the most recent episode. So we're going to talk about all your stupid NPCs
What?
and Drogadoon and all the lore, all that fun
what?
stuff.
Like you don't
You
know,
know
you
what?
made the
Rude.
stupidest
Brian pulled a
NPC in
fast
the
one on me
world.
and literally just
Flat
made a
out
gurgling
rude.
frog. So yeah, you know,
We're
we'll talk
gonna
about the
lose all
dark
of our
time, which is
listeners
for
after this
patrons.
one.
And so yeah, remember we started a new tradition where we read reviews, comments we find that we really liked, and just to say thank you to obviously the crew for all their hard work, because you guys always say really nice things in these comments and reviews, and then just let you know we see them and appreciate them. So again, these aren't necessarily like our favorite ones or anything. Don't think if we don't read yours it's because we didn't like it. We only can do one per episode, and you guys flood us with just all these awesome comments that really keep us going, so we really appreciate that. And this time I'm just going to read a review that we found on Apple Podcasts that was pretty cool. This title is Great Crew on an Epic Adventure, and they said, I admit, I was a bit skeptical about these 4 weirdos collected by this balmy halfling orchardist.
I get it.
Bit too convenient. But from the first running gag, that'll be 1 silver, I knew I found my crew. I can barely GM Adventure Pass, Quest for the Frozen Flame at present, and hearing the players play, and especially the GM, these are the kind of sessions I dream of one day running. Yeah, if you keep it up, you can have 3 idiots gurgling as NPCs for you. Yeah.
Lucky you.
That's the goal, yeah. I do appreciate them keeping it PG for the most part, as the kids, 10 and 7, love hearing the story play out. Ryu, Dax, Waltz, Jules, and Tuff are constantly making appearances in the stories they tell themselves. Pacing, music,
that's
story play
cool.
are all
That's
top notch.
amazing.
Highly recommend. And yeah, that is definitely my favorite part, that your kids enjoy like imagining these characters, pretending to be these characters, because that is literally what tabletop RPGs are for adults, is essentially like channeling that inner childlike imagination, that essence. It's like the only way you can like continue to do that stuff, it feels like. And that's probably like one of the best compliments I've ever heard, just knowing like, Taryn, you remember being kids running around the yard pretending you're Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, all that stuff, and just
I
knowing
did that this last week.
yeah, you did. That was weird that you invited us over and then just started running around in the yard with a lightsaber. But yeah. Anyway, just knowing that we're like participating in that and just giving them stuff that they can build upon is just really awesome. So thanks for sharing that. We're glad your kids enjoy it, and yeah, we do our best to keep it PG. So yeah, we're glad, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And oh yeah, and I gotta butcher the name as I do. This person's name is Twerkin.
I like
Twerkin.
it.
Their name's Twerkin. I decided. Yeah.
Love
Keep it
it.
up, man.
Cool.
Really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time, mortals.
Ba-da-da-da-da-ding. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-ding.
Hey Ryan, it's me, Zach, here to tell you that you need to hurry up and make the music now. Make it now, Ryan.
Sure. Yeah, 1 second. Jib, stop. Sorry, Jib's here again.
Is Jib there again?
Yeah, he always
He's
is.
there like every time I call you. You guys,
Jib, seriously. Sorry, Zach. What were you saying?
you guys hang out like all day.
Jib, I'm not even kidding right now. I'm trying to talk to Zach.
Tell Jib it's me, and he can't tickle you right now.
What'd you say, Zach?
Just tell Jib I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and he needs to chill out.
Jib, Zach says he's Zach, stop, Jim. Stop, Jim. Zach, Jim,
He was a good
stop.
takeaway.
Oh god, gosh, Jim. All right.
my gosh.
That's
Cool.
pretty much.
That was beautiful.
That's pretty much
That's
it
the
for
most
like 15
immersion
minutes
breaking
straight.
discussion we've ever
That
had.
is beautiful.
Sorry.
That's going to be the session sketch. Dax's origin is just going to be Ryan getting tickled by Jib.
Oh.